Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Stock Trades. How's everybody doing today? All right, guys. So we got some exciting news, lots of cool things to discuss here. So we're just going to go ahead and just zoom in a little bit here so we can kind of see. Some of you guys are on your phones. And a lot of you guys are on the TV, which is awesome. You guys watch this on TV. You guys can see everything. Hey, yo, how's everybody coming to the USA? Right? Hello, it's a party in the USA. Like, what is that, Hannah Montana or Miley Cyrus? All right, so first things first, compliance. Ooh, compliance letter released on the Clover Health investors relationships. Good old relationships. Let's see here. What's going on with these relationships? Let's see. Recent releases. Hallelujah. Honestly, I should have titled the video Clover Health Regains Compliance. We'll make another video titling it that way just so we can go ahead and, say it, right? So, what else are we going to say, right? They regain compliance. We're good to go, right? Great, right? Imagine, I'm expecting a quote from Andrew. We are so excited for this. No, thanks, right? Awesome. So that docket is out of the way. Surprisingly, the stock ain't moving much. It's actually down 2.2% because, why not shorts? Let's F the stock up, right? But let's see here. I think we're in the aftermarket anyway now, are we? Yeah, it's after hours. Down 2.21%. Overall market, I think Yahoo Finance is not even working right now, right? Look at this. Oh, no, it's back online. Okay. It wasn't for a sec. So, yeah, small caps were down today. Overall, kind of money going into more of the larger companies. Amazon's about to get into China, from my understanding. And shout out to the gentleman here that liked this. And shout out to you, my friend, Dr. Kalar. Shout out to you. Okay. So, So let's go ahead and let's, first off, I want to show you guys something real cool, really quick here. So very quick, for all of our Mastering Stock Market students and Stock Terminal members. So you know how, like, for example, we have our stock terminal and you want to open up Brain Machine, and how Brain Machine has a help menu, right? And this help menu you can use to help assist your needs. And then you open up the help menu, and then you have this help menu here, which then gives you all this information. And you can kind of scroll down. I mean, you have your own terminal here, right? But you know how you're trying to use these AIs by tradie? The problem is you forget the command and you have to go all the way up to the pin messages and you have to search through the commands. I know that can be cumbersome. I like it this way, but sometimes even I get annoyed, right? So we're utilizing technology to essentially utilize our stock terminal GPT for you to ask questions regarding what you want to look for, specifically for tradie. Again, this only applies for the tradie commands. You're not going to be able to look at the commands for the stock terminal here, and then also the Brain Machine stock terminal, because it has a help menu, right? And we're going to hopefully integrate it in the future, but as of now, there's already a menu here. And if you guys want to look at the overall list, we have a list on our website with a 2.5 billion output. But let me give you an example. So you could go ahead and go to stock terminal here, GPT, and you can ask it a question. And you could basically say, I don't know, let me think of something. You could say, what are the commands for the AI prediction? You do this, and then it says, to access AI predictions, you can use the command TR-all symbol. This will provide you with valuable insights and forecasts generated by our AI system. So you could just copy this command here. You don't have to copy the symbol because you know the symbol. And you can go ahead and say Apple, right? And it's gonna give you what it believes. It's green, right? It thinks that Apple's gonna continue going up, which makes sense regarding all the stock price, the price targets. Apple, it thinks it's gonna continue going up. But let's say, for example, you want the AI prediction for, let's say, another stock. I don't know. Let's type in AMC, another stock everyone knows. It's gonna give you an AI prediction that, hey, you know what? It believes it's a little bearish. Okay, quite bearish. So stuff like that, right? You can go ahead and, for example, ask it. Just for the tradie side, and you could say, what are the commands for the support and resistance? And then it goes ahead and it says, to access support and resistance levels for a specific stock, you can use the command TRSR levels. And it gives you the symbol and you have to use the period, right? This will provide you with the market levels for the stock you're interested in. I mean, isn't that awesome, guys? You have the power of AI in your stock terminal. I mean, this is just really shows you the power of this, right? So anywho, let's go ahead and look up what's going on with Clover, right? So let's go ahead and look at the minute chart. And then we can go ahead and take a look at the day chart, right? And then we can go ahead now and take a look at the week chart. Oh, I'm writing too many commands. I got to wait. You got to go ahead and look at the week chart, right? And then as that basically loads up, I'm going to just delete this here so no one gets confused, so we could just kind of focus on all these other ones here. Let's go here. Hello, Vladimir. Compliance, release. Yes. Hi, Al. Equalizer, good news. Golden Cross coming. And yes, it is. All the CLOV ducks are lining up nicely, Al. Looking forward to the next set of news. Absolutely. Thanks for the early start for us East Coast time owners. Absolutely. Yeah, and I feel sorry for you guys, given the Arizona time block here. We're kind of in our own world. So as you can see, guys, and let's just kind of talk about what's, because, you pull up the chart here on Google, you're like, what the hell is this barcoding crap? What is this? You go 5 days, like, okay, it's going good. Maybe some consolidation. It's just hard to understand it through what, people have here, right? Even if you go on Webull, it's just nice to have an AI plant it for you here. Okay. It's looking pretty good, right? So let's go ahead and see this. So if on the minute chart, you can see the AI, there's some like type of stabilization here, right? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have multiple touches in the $1.30 range where the AI now is starting to register saying, hey, this looks like a supportive base, right? And, we then go down, here. And then now on the day chart, remember like a couple of days ago, it was just up in the moon, right? Now we're saying, okay, it looks like that $1.31 is becoming a resistance line, right? So that's going to be the next, battle, right? Right. So the question is, do we go back down to $1.15 where that buy was $1.14? Are we going to do that? But the thing is, you go back to the minute chart. These are the battle lengths of the support resistance that we have, for the support lines for $1. What is that? $1 something here, and then $1.18. So it gives you kind of a good old understanding here, right? So then you could go back to your $1.37 after that, $1.31, and the $1.41 after that. These are your next level of resistance. And then from there, you got that 265. And then you have this one here that you are going to have to battle, which is the 350 zone, right? $3.50 zone, right? But, the thing is, you don't want this to just continue going to the moon, right? I mean, it's been up over 100. I mean, let's look at it, right? I mean, how long? It's $1.28 now. It's up, 106.45% in like the past couple, like 2 months, right? So, April, May, June, yeah, around that, right? Is it May, June? Yeah, about 2 months, right? So given that, you want it to just chill a little bit, right? Market to cycle through, people to be like, okay. I mean, you're already starting to see people buying Clover at these ranges, right? In fact, I went ahead and I released this to my group today in our stock terminal. I went ahead and did a, cash secured put, right? I did a cash secured put. I want my strike at 1. I want to buy at 1. But I also want to collect dividends, right? I want to make some dividends, to pay off some bills, right? But instead of sending a buy order, might as well get some dividends, so I can essentially do what I need to do, right? So a good example of this, kind of give you an example here. I think if you analyze what I have, if you analyze it, I'm making around 3.1% per month, right, off of this, right? And it was the November, it was a cash secured put in, I think it was November 16. So if you multiply that by 5, I made 15%, right? I'm trying to see if I'm doing this right. Hold on, let me make sure I calculate this correctly. Hold on. Because sometimes, I don't want to give you guys wrong information here. Yeah, exactly. I made 15.8% today, right? I got my premium, and then some folks are more, they go ahead and take this money that's for free, and they go in and they just kind of go ahead and buy a call, right? And then, but I don't do that. I got bills, so I got, so I'm gonna use that to essentially, and we're going to be teaching people how to do that, because just imagine, once the stock price is $25, and let's say the average shareholder, let's say has 10 grand, 10,000 shares, 15% every 5 months, you have $37,000. You divide that by 5, that's $7,500 you can make every month, right? That's a pretty good way to, I would say, help you with your needs. I wouldn't say retire, right? You got to make, it depends what kind of where you want to be at life, right? But that's what I did today, and that's 15%. Divide that out by 5 again, that's 3.16%. You multiply that by 12, annualize it, that's 38%. Who the hell makes 38%? And again, there's other people out there that love that 60 to 70%. And yes, we are going to get there. But you can see how sexy that is, right? And this will be the third phase of our Mastering Stock Market course. We're going to be creating the course content because guess what? We have the data, right? We have the stock terminal now to make sure we execute this effectively, right? Right. So you can see the power of this, right? So, anyhow, if you guys look at the options chain today, the November one was me, right? So that was me. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see here. Early start to us. Yep. Need another insider buy at $1.47, right? But to be honest with you, I think it's gonna happen is we have all these resistance levels, right? We have all these resistance levels to break through. There's a lot of resistance levels, right? But ultimately, there's a series of good news. We just got our compliance. Good. All right. No more delisting. It needs to be under $1 for 30 more days. Then we get another 180 days. Okay. We just recently got this post on Twitter. I posted it on Twitter, but I copied someone else's post. Or someone else posted and I retweeted it. Right. Yeah. Thank you, Jay Hartz. It's all information is all over my head right now. So Kate posted this. And, Clover Health is thrilled to add a senior analyst to our financial planning and analysis team that will support our rapidly growing. I love to hear that. Rapidly growing SaaS platform, Counterpart Assistant. That's a big deal, guys. Right? That is a big deal, right? So I'm really excited. Oh yeah. So let me just kind of do you mean dividend? Yeah. So yeah, we'll be teaching this in our mastering. If you were truly bullish, you'd buy more shares. So here's the thing, Isaac. I probably have more shares than you and probably everyone on this whole damn YouTube live, right? So, I've collected, I'm trying to, and I'm not, again, I'm trying to be humble here, right? I've collected enough, a lot. And because I'm traveling and there's a lot of things I need to do. It's nice to have a dividend income stream, so I don't have to do covered calls. I don't want to do covered calls, right? I said cash secured puts because covered calls is actually bad because there's a lot of upward momentum. That selling a strike price of $1.50 is stupid, in my humblest opinions, because any news regarding revenue from SaaS, and I want to be humble. I don't want to be like an asshole here, right? I'm just gonna, if you were you're saying if you were truly bullish, don't talk to me about being. I am really bullish, right? Don't put words in my mouth, right? Big pet peeve of mine. That's a big pet peeve, right? You could tell my girl that, right? It's a big pet peeve. I don't want to sell covered calls. So I agree with you there. That's stupid, right? Who the hell wants to sell covered calls, right? But what I'm doing is, I'm doing, think of it as a limit order, but I'm making money off of that limit order, right? Will it ever drop down to $1? I don't know. If it does, I'm happy. If it doesn't, okay, good. I collected some premium. I collected 15%. It's great, right? So, 3.1% monthly connected to, 15%, which is great. But doing covered calls, I agree with you. That's stupid. Who the hell wants to do a covered call? That is the most stupidest thing ever, right? Because what happens, and no offense to people that did it, right? You learn. But what happens if the stock shoots up to $4, $3, right? Right? Who the hell? Then you sell your shares for $150 for what? For a couple percent of premium? No, it's stupid, right? The only time I'm going to be comfortable selling covered calls is either in the $25 region. And if we get near that, probably until the $35 to $45 region, right? I'm going to be quite honest, right? Because I mean, I'm just very uncomfortable selling covered calls right now. But cash secured puts, I mean, why not, right? Why not? But I've already established my base. I already have enough that I'm satisfied with, and we will be showing this portfolio in the future. I'm just working on a couple of things, so we'll be doing portfolio reveals and whatnot in the stock terminal and all that other stuff. We'll be doing that in the future. It's just there's a lot of things that need to be built. So anywho, so sorry to snap at you, Isaac, but I just wanted to make sure I hit that right on the knob, right? Because you want to also kind of be making money, because I don't want to touch, Isaac, I don't want to touch my original share count, right? Because why do I don't want to touch that. I want to hold that for like 5 years, right? But I also want to make some income. I mean, right? I mean, I also want to make some money, right? And this is a nice way to do that, right? So anyway, that's kind of my 2 cents. In my case, I'm hoping we stay down to buy more. Absolutely. I'm ready to average up with 100K share tomorrow. Absolutely. Right. That sounds great. I mean, that's the thing. And we're going to start you're going to start seeing people average up. I mean, it really is going to happen. Right. Remember, Oscar ran from $2.50 to 22. So if you recall, ladies and gentlemen, if you go back, and again, Isaac, my apologies. I mean to snap at you here publicly, but I just wanted to kind of explain myself, right? So if you type in Al stock trades for Oscar, again, I'm very passionate, and I come off like very New Jersey East Coast like, and sometimes I come off too direct. But it's all for impassioned purposes. I'm a very passionate guy. I mean, what can you say, right? So I talk with my hands, and this is kind of how I'm built. So I didn't, I didn't mean to hear you hurt your, hopefully you're okay, right? So, all right. So I made a video regarding Clover and Oscar. I don't know, like a year ago or something. And I think we did a video on Oscar, I think, and we got a price of I think this was Oscar's. We got a price of anywhere between $5 to $22, and this is right on the money. This is right on the money. TSS, right? We did the work. And what month was this? This was February 10, 2023. So February 10, 2023. Remember that, February 10, 2023. So let's go to February 10, right here. So right around here, when the stock was around $4.95, we made a video earlier around $2, I think, but we'll just come off of this date. Let's see, when was this one here? Yeah, so this one's February 10. There's another video. I don't know where it went, but let's do February 10. Fine, $4.95. So you can see from that angle, we could, we went ahead and $4.95, and we did the analysis, and we said it's trading below recession, and it's $22.69, and the 52-week high, $23.44. So yeah, I agree, right? So I agree with your sentiment. And once we increase that revenue, then we're gonna go up. And I have to tackle this also issue too. I want to look at the comment section here. Yeah, you see it's trading at book value. I agree with you, Edmund. Let's see here. Somebody says, not sure how that's comparable. I mean, so price of shares of Oscar is not relevant. I mean, oh yeah, this is the guy who made the video regarding CLOV here. Yeah, you're saying the price is not relevant. Oscar market cap went down to 400 million. CLOV, the price of the stock is not a right comparison. A bit disappointed. Well, I mean, you were disappointed. You have a CPA, right? You were disappointed, but look at the, you have a CPA, and look at the price of the stock here, my friend. I mean, what was it? February 10, it went up 262, and then the high was 354. And we made another video here, and that one is up 8. It's an 8-bagger. As you can see, the intrinsic value calculation is something that, again, they don't teach at CPA school. They don't teach you the MBA. This is stuff that, you learn when you're in Wall Street, right? And that's why I wanted to share it with you. And I think I replied back. I replied back a year ago. I said, I respectfully disagree. Market cap is what the stock is willing to pay for the fundamentals or actually underlying model of business. Yeah. But I respect your opinion. So again, guys, don't get confused with me kind of talking back. I'd say it with the highest respect. It's just that, there's not like, well, how do I say this? Your high school is not going to teach you this. Your college is not going to teach you this. I mean, it was Bill Ackman said he went to Harvard School, best business school, and he said they weren't even teaching this stuff. I mean, it sucks, right? But again, that's just what it is. I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to learn from somebody, a teacher who's making what? If the teacher was a multimillionaire, you think they would be teaching there? Of course not, right? You have to be passionate, and there's not really a lot of passion anymore. It's really hard to find people that are passionate about teaching. It just doesn't work out, right? For me, I have a personal objective given where I came from. I came from the bottom, so it's all about helping, right? So, anyway, I agree with you, TSS. No reason why we can't. Clover is a real opportunity of a lifetime, and I understand what the guy's saying in terms of kind of how things are with it. But I'm 100% focused on Clove, biggest bargain in the market. Wait, SaaS coming. I agree. I agree with you, man. I really do. So that's kind of what I'm doing now. I'm not comfortable, in my humblest opinion, selling a covered call. That's insane right now. What? And then what? The stock goes up. Oh yeah. So CFA teaches you that. I agree with you, Singh. You're absolutely correct. So for people, sorry, I can't talk. For people that don't know, a chartered financial analyst, there's 3 levels. Level 1, Chick-fil-A, eh? Yeah. So you have to get your Chick-fil-A certificate, right? And then these guys, on Sundays they don't work because they're calculating the intrinsic value of all the chickens, right? Right? I'm just kidding. So chartered financial analysts are really great guys because they have level 1, 2, and 3. I was actually going to do it, but it wasn't kind of in my best interest because given that I'm going to be a surgeon, there's no reason, right? And I'm not trying to like manage people's money, right? I'm trying to do my own, right? And what HSI comment is right because market cap is share times price. I have a question for you, Al. Clove has a lot of bag holders from 9 to 1. Don't you think this will slow down run up? Was that? Sorry, you put the $ after the 9. I don't know. Are you saying 90 cents? Yeah, listen, I don't know about kind of the situation regarding slowing of run up, but I just kind of reflect back in the past. Again, not financial advice, but end phase back in May, it was trading at 72 cents, right? And I don't see a slow up as it rised 46,000% to over $300, right? Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know, right? Very humbly, I have won and passed all 3. Hell yeah, dude. So you see, so you see exactly what I'm talking about, right? The intrinsic value. And it's not that hard to teach. And it's a shame because I wish they taught this in our school system. I know my children are going to know this, and I know people in our Mastering Stock Market course. And by the way, for all the people in the Mastering Stock Market course, when you purchase this, you have all the rights to teach your kids this, right? This is not the thing like this is a family membership. You know what I mean? So if you buy lifetime access, you teach your whole effing family, right? So that's the point of it, right? It's a very easy concept. So the question is, to you is, why don't they teach it? And I honestly think that they want people to be poor. They want people to work 9 to 5. I mean, what the Department of Education, Debbie DeVos, whatever her name was, $5 billion net worth. You tell me she doesn't know about intrinsic value? Of course she does. You don't tell me she could get a CFA, like a chartered financial analyst, and say, I want you to revamp our educational system and teach business? Of course not, right? Of course not, right? Of course not. I don't want to get too political. I don't want to get, I don't want to get too, into it. But, if you guys want to hear me offline, I can tell you my opinions on the matter. LOL, a lot of buyers back in that time. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, FOMO is FOMO. You know what I mean? There are going to be, just like how there's a lot of, the price of the stock went down a lot. I think the price of the stock is going to go above the intrinsic value, right? Oh yeah. So, our Clover Health general purchased, sent me a package, and my significant other opened it, and I actually got a new one, right? And I'm going to be sharing with you once I receive it. It's in California now. Once I receive it, after I do my travelings and whatnot, I'll be able to wear it and share that good moment with you guys. They want us kept in what's that? Serfdom? I'm gonna have to Google that. It's above mine. A condition in medieval Europe in which tenant, was bound to the hierarchy plot of the land to the will of the landlord. Reminds me of another word called bourgeoisie versus proletariats. It reminds me of the proletariats, which is the member of the working class. It kind of reminds me of this photo here, right? And again, I'm not trying to, idolize myself as some freaking saint. I'm not. I just basically kind of see this society that we live in, where this is capitalism, where we rule you. I wouldn't agree with the fool you part, right? This is kind of, you take that out, but we shoot you. That's true. We shoot you, and then we eat for you, and then we work for you all. And it's sad because just imagine Clover goes up. I mean, it shows you these Wall Street people. They just imagine they threw every little thing in the book. I mean, frick, that freaking article that was written right before Clover went up 100%. 3 healthcare stocks you should sell. What the hell, guys, right? And then imagine if Clover goes to that $25, and let's say someone has 100,000 shares. That's 2.5 million. I mean, what? You go ahead and put 40%, divide that by 12. They do covered calls. They make $83,000 a month. $83,000 a month. I mean, think about that, right? That's a lot of money. Right. And again, yeah, this is absolutely peasant. Yeah, proletariat, it's peasants, exactly. And this is so deep, exactly. And so this is kind of what I saw, because I grew up here, and then I married my significant other is up here, and then she kind of met me down here, And I learned from her father about all this other cool stuff, and and I kind of all for real estate, and then I'm for the stock market, and I want to share it. So you don't see a lot of people talk about intrinsic value or anything. They don't talk about this stuff because, one, they don't know it, and two, they want to keep it quiet. It's a crap world we live in, right? And I forgot it. I forgot about these comments here. So, but you know what I mean here. And I think I remember I made another video. The stock went up even more, and then I think I agree with you here. This gentleman here. Oh, racism. Oh no, okay, never mind. Yeah, something about I like this guy's comment. He said, if you have people that give you criticism, that's a good thing. Having your ideas challenged is important to keep you thinking. I agree. So I mean, I'm sorry to snap at you there, Isaac. Obviously, I care. I've been, you're on my mind. I don't want to. I mean to snap at you there, but I agree with you. Covered calls is terrible. Cash secured puts, that's all me. That's all me, right? But it's I mean, this kind of makes me depressed, kind of looking at this. But to all the people that are watching, I'm just going to be very clear with you. Your boss that you work for doesn't care about you, right? They don't care. Right? The system doesn't care. That hospital you work for, they just care about the bottom line, right? It's a very mean world out there, right? Which is why I got so into this Wall Street thing, not so much because I care about money, So when I practice medicine, I can practice it on my own terms. So like when I say, I only want to see a certain amount of patients, no, I only want to take care of these poor patients. The hospital says, well, we can't pay you this much. Okay, don't pay me. I'll work for free, right? because that's what I want to do. Just give me your operating rooms. I'll work for free, right? And I know that seems crazy. A neurosurgeon, again, I'm applying to residency, working for free. But guess what? I don't have to work for money because I built my own. I have my own thing. I have my own dividend income streams and all those things where I can practice money on my own level. I can go to Africa and I can go, be one neurosurgeon to approximately 3 million people to 8 million people, which is insane, right? So the whole point is, I guess what I'm trying to tell you is I'm trying to teach people how to be financially free. You know that word free? Freedom to do anything you want. Freedom to go sleep and don't do anything today. Freedom to take a flight to Cancun and relax for a month if you want. Freedom to go anywhere in the world. Freedom to go tip somebody, a waitress that's struggling, that's a single mom, tip her like $2,000 and not blink an eye. That type of freedom. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like, again, and I think that's why God has blessed me, because, it's done in the attention, it's done into the intention to help these people down here. Right. So anywho, that's enough with that. So, oh, you do care about my employee. Well, I mean, and that's good. I mean, that's good. You're rare. You're rare to care about your employees. I mean, you know what I mean? It's tough. I mean, look at what the Applebee's CEO said. Oh, inflation is rising. This is going to be great. People are going to have 2 jobs. I mean, hold on. What was it? Applebee's? Apple. I don't know how to spell it. Applebee's? Sorry. I don't eat there. Applebee's CEO backlash. Just so I give you kind of the, oh shoot, this is it right here. Are you ready for this? Apple franchise email sparks viral backlash. In a memo, he wrote something. Ready? He wrote that most of the franchise operator employees' base lives paycheck to paycheck. Any increase in gas prices went into their disposable income. He continued, as inflation continues to climb and gas prices continue to go up, that means more hours employees will need to work to maintain their current level of living. Because you remember back in the day where all the stimulus checks were happening, it was hard for these businesses to find workers. So they were hoping that they were praying for gas and all this to go up. So the workers have to work, right? So they can, they have to slave their labor away. So okay, let's read. Because workers are no longer supported by the government stimulus, he argued, people will be forced back into the workforce. Competitors will be forced to cut employee hours or pay less to hit profit margins. So essentially, they wanted to pay them less because they need the money now, right? And they will not be able to hold on, driving more employees into the hiring pool. We all competed to hire out. This is sad. This is sad. I mean, how does it make you feel? Right? This is sad. Right? So, but again, this CEO is not like the CEO is evil. This is how you run a business. Welcome to Wall Street, right? Welcome to corporate America. Okay. So everyone wants to be rich, but not wealthy. Exactly. Right. Exactly. That's a big thing. There's 2 different things, right? You know what I mean? I think of rappers as rich. But I think of, who's a good one? Who's a good wealthy person? Give me an example. Rich versus wealthy, right? Some rappers are like Will Smith. He's wealthy now, I would say. He has that bit. Denzel Washington. He's not a rapper, but he's wealthy. Anywho, going back to what I wanted to say here. So I posted this today in the morning at 1 a.m. And I was talking about how, Clover Health knew about their SaaS business, Counterpart Health, back in 2023 on August, 4 months before leaving the ACO Reach program. They've been playing 4D chess, and only a few Wall Street firms have noticed the paper trail. And of course, we're not a Wall Street firm, but we've noticed the paper trail. So this was and this is their favorite lawyer here, their attorney that does all the, even goes back to Clover Assistant, I think in 2018, is a great name to kind of siphon in, just in case if you want to keep tabs on what they're doing, if they release anything else. right, in the future. But Counterpart Health, they actually, in August 28, that's when they filed it. And they filed it as a SaaS business, right? But they didn't use the word Clover Health because they know there's people like us that would find it. But there was this name, Jesse, which you could have used it to find it. And sadly, I wasn't as astute to connect the dots until they released the name Counterpart Health. I should have done that, right? But I assume other Wall Street firms have because they're not idiots, right? Like, for example, Leerinks. Because Leerinks said in the conversation, oh, you've been working on this for quite some time, have you? Interestingly, August 28, 2023, a couple months after, 4 months, December 1st, 2023, right, at the end of the year, Clover decides to exit its ACO Reach program to accelerate path to profitability. Okay. Now that's interesting because it seems to me as the ACO plan was used as a data bridge to train their models, honestly, and to kind of figure out where they can become profitable. And I think they figured it out. And I think we're going to see the fruits of her labor, right? So I think that's kind of where it is right now. And yeah, I'm very excited, right? I'm really, I collect. So I've filled up my cup to a point where I'm good with owning. I'm very comfortable with what I own now, and now I'm at a phase where it's a nice dividend income stream, right? Off of I'm building a new account for dividend income stream, right? My expenses are about to go up in the near future, given that I am going to, I'm going to engage my significant other. I'm going to get married. I'm going to have a kid. I don't have a kid now, but I'm going to have a kid. So I'm going into a different phase now where I'm going to do a dividend income stream now. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Right. Which is what, again, that's kind of the progression, right? You want to be able to make money when you sleep, and I have that now, but I want to exponentially do it to where I'm doing medicine for the love of it, not because I want to get paid, right? So when I see my patient, I'm going to see my patient not caring about not caring about, oh, I need to do the X amount of procedures. I don't have to do any of that, right? I can take as slow as I want, right? And I can actually take time and really listen to my patient, right? So that's kind of how I want to practice. I want to practice medicine like that, right? I don't want to I don't want to do McDonald medicine, right? I want it to make it where when I see a patient, the patient in the clinic, when I do the preoperative analysis to see if they need surgery or not, the type of healthcare I want to do is where, imagine you're in the room with me and we're talking about your health, and you walked in a busy building, you got lots of patients in there, but when you're in that patient room, you feel like you're the only patient there. You walked in an empty room that I woke up today just to see you. You're the center of the world. That's how I want to practice medicine, right? Which it's not practiced like that anymore. Providers look at their watch. They do all these different, again, because they're busy. I don't want to practice like that. I want to practice on my own terms, right? That's how I want to do it, right? Robin Williams, good example of wealth, but generally cared about humanity. I need to look at this guy. I think I know him. I just oh yes. Ah man, this guy's a good. They don't come like this, do they? He passed away sadly. I think it was Parkinson's, I think, or Lewy body. Let's see. Crap. Yeah. So he got Lewy body dementia, died by suicide. So folks that don't know what Lewy body is, let's look it up here. Yeah, this sucks. So anyhow, might as well do this. So this is like a nice little free little resource I use to study. So this, this is not him. This is kind of like the presentation of what someone would present with a dementia with Lewy bodies. So a 67-year-old man is brought to the neurologist by his wife for bizarre behavior. She said that at times he would be difficult to understand and disorganized. Also said that he sees animals on top of the television, which was disturbing for him. He would speak in his sleep. Physical exam is notable for postural instability and upper extremity rigidity. So essentially, you get some hallucinations, fluctuating in cognition, Parkinson. It's just not good. And, it kind of reminds me with the whole suicide thing. I don't know if this is kind of a high people, they get major depression. That's the complication. And one of the complications of depression is suicide, right? They have people that have depression have high suicide. But, Huntington is the one that usually you associate with the, suicide. But yeah, it's very sad. This gentleman here is Rob. I don't know what his. I kind of don't like how we call it net worth. People are worth more than that. Yeah, $100 million. But it's what's it worth your health? So you could just kind of look at a man and look at their face and see kind of the brightness in them, and it's hard to find people like this now that have that type of aura around them. It's hard. So that's why, kind of we have to be that for the next generation, because it's hard to find heroes, if that makes sense, right? Would you recommend another undervalued stock and start making video? So the problem about this is it's the timing, right? I've spent lots of hours regarding Clove, right? There's other stocks out there for sure. In our platform, we have our portfolio hedging modeling system. And again, not financial advice. This is just academic, call it educational research of my own. Not financial advisor. But we have stocks that we've picked that from an educational perspective is good kind of to see the financials of those companies, to see like what does success look like, right? It's like for example, Wingstop is one of them, and Wingstop's up 67% and then a year 123%. Now, is it anything like Clover? No. The thing about it, my friend, finding stocks like Clover is like finding, especially given how much it's dropped, the opportunity just became wider and wider and wider and wider. You see a lot of these people that say, "Oh, who the hell wants to buy Clover now?" Like if Clover, let's say if it goes back up to $28, there's going to be people on Twitter or X are going to say, with their keyboards, they're going to say, "Oh my God, investors now are back to where they started," ignoring the fact that they had all the opportunity, which we all did, to buy as much as we can in the dollar range. But their brain, it's almost like they have an agnosia. Is that the right word? Agnosia? Is that what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Agnosia is a rare neurological disorder that prevents people from recognizing objects. Like they just have an agnosia of the time frame of between 28 to 1 back to 20. I mean, it's just crazy, right? Yeah, I think it's very difficult to find opportunities like this. I would say let me see. 10-cent stock. 10-cent stock is a good example. So it was trading at $52, 60 back in 2018. And then it dropped 45% because of a correction we had in 2018 because of the whole Donald Trump and tariffs. And then that was an opportunity, and then it went ahead and went up 200%. I like to look for opportunities like this every 2 years. So approximately every 2 years there's a correction, and every 7 to 10 years there is a recession. Now we've had the longest bull market in history from 2008 until 2022. 2020. That was about 12 years, but that was kind of an induced recession. So I would say it's hard, right? It's hard, but we have a platform where people can do the due diligence, people can come together and look at the general sauce of, essentially what does success look like, right? So hope that makes sense. Uh oh yeah. Gar- I don't know these people. Let's see. Oh, I don't know how they look like. Oh yeah, that's wealth. Yeah, Walmart family, all these people. Yeah, those folks are, yeah, 1.8 billion. Yeah, it's a whole different level, right? So, FYI, been closing following past year's profit on horizon. Yeah, I mean here, let's use our stock terminal real quick just to kind of see how it looked like. Just very quickly, you can just pull up the stock price here. It's on the Nasdaq. It's up 23% this year. Max, okay, looking pretty good. 2.56 billion. So here's the thing I wanted to show you real quick. So the cool part is uh, we talked about this early on in the chat, and I wanted to just kind of close it with you guys here on the chat here. So you know how, like, when you open up the help menu here on the stock terminal, you have the help menu here, which is good for Brain Machine, but you also have it for Trade Master. You have it for the Trade Master. You have it here, the help menu here. The problem is you don't have the help menu for the AI commands, and it's just hard to kind of type, kind of go back and forth, especially on your phone. So now you can kind of go stock terminal and say and stay and be like, I don't know, be like, list me all of your dark pool commands. And it goes in quickly and it tells you, hey, these are, here are the dark pool commands available on stock terminal. And then here they are. Right. So I mean, like, we can go ahead and take a look at dark pool levels and take a look at NVIDIA. I don't know, dark pool level for NVIDIA. Right. And you got this. Right. So in any case, really nice, just really gives you the thing. And then you could kind of, ask it here, stock terminal, who created you? Who created you? Right. I was created by Albert Allen, CEO of Al Stock Trades. My purpose is to enhance financial literacy and provide valuable insights to users of stock terminal. How can I assist you today? Right. So it's really nice. Do you like the CEO? Let's see. Albert is a vision. Oh wow. Oh, look at that. I didn't tell it to say this, right? Albert is a visionary leader who has created a stock terminal to empower users with financial knowledge and insights. His dedication to enhancing financial literacy is commendable. How can I assist you further today? Do you think Albert is good looking? I believe it's more relevant to focus on Albert Allen's expertise rather than his physical appearance. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry to mess with. So let's see. You said to look at ENVX. So we'll open up the Wall Street command here, and then we'll type in ENVX. Damn, this stock terminal is focused. They got no time to bullshit, right? This thing's it has no time. It's just straight to business. Let's talk about finance. All right, so let's see. So free cash flow negative 92. So it looks like free cash flow is going down. Yeah, right. You see, it's like focused. I think it's focused. Book value 158. Recurrent equity. Where's the revenue here? Oh, not bad. I mean, what's the revenue though? Seems like pretty high. Revenue is 5 million and it's trading at 2.56 billion. Yeah, that's trading. I mean, that's trading at a very, very high price to sales. If you ask me, what's the price of sales on that thing? What's the price of sales on that? Do we have price sales here? Oh shit! Price of sales is 7,000. Nah, man, that's crazy. I mean, maybe. I mean, I have to look at it more. I don't know what this business does, right? So life is hard. People are hurting. Getting out of ourselves and helping others is a recipe for our own happiness. Oh, that's so true, man. When we are able to find happiness in continually helping others, we ultimately win. I mean, that's kind of what I've been doing, man. And I just people that don't do that really don't know, right? They just don't know. Uh, Very quickly, we talked about Humana, disruption. We talked about the video yesterday. Disruption. Interestingly, smart money is doubling down, guys. Smart money has been buying since that May CPI report that came in really, really cold. That suggests that inflation may be in the rearview mirror. They've been literally buying up like crazy, and they've surpassed the levels where they bought up here, potentially maybe signaling that the Federal Reserve may start cutting, right? So, and it's funny because dumb money has been on top of it, and stocks are rising. So, you know, usually, when maybe smart money is about to go in another downturn to relax a little bit because that's what they come in spikes, right? They come in spikes, and every time they go down, dumb money comes up to bring it up to the top. So we may get a recyclement or we may get an increase because hey, interest rates are about to go down, right? We don't know, right? There's a lot of uncertainty there. Good uncertainty, right? So that's all I have for you guys. Remember, if you guys want access to our stock terminal and our lifetime access bundle, that includes lifetime access to the stock terminal, which you can't find anywhere. There's no way you'll find data lifetime access with everything we offer. It just doesn't, it's crazy, right? It doesn't work like that. With on top of it with AI. I mean, come on, right? You know what I mean? Like, for example, let's do this. Give me an example of what a cash secured put is. You know what I mean? A cash secured put is a strategy where investor sells yada yada yada. Use investors willing to yeah, exactly. And the premium. It is considered a conservative option. There it is, right? So I mean, it just really helps, right? Um, give me a test question to test my knowledge. I don't know. I've never done this before. Let's see. What is the main difference between cash? I mean, you have to be specific, multiple choice, and all this other stuff. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Give me a multiple choice question with an answer that tests my knowledge on the topic. So there it is. Let's see. Okay. What's the answer? B. It involves selling. So it involves selling a put option while setting aside enough cash to buy the underlying stock if the option is exercised. See, isn't that beautiful, guys? Isn't that beautiful? Right? That's the power of the stock. Again, we had to create the data, and now we're infusing the data with a method to really fill in the gaps. So we're going to create the course, and then from that, people are going to have questions. And then this thing will help answer the questions. So full circle, right? So yeah, prices are going to be increasing soon. Take advantage of the SAS coupon code, $1,000 off. Congratulations to all that people that have bought. Only a few of you, though, have integrated to the stock terminal. Please look at the stock integration tabs and put your username and then sign to the stock terminal because the course is only half of it. You have access to the stock terminal. So take advantage of this, guys, right? We got literally a lot of people signed up and I get it. A lot of them are just probably buying, to secure that, coupon code, the $1,000 off. But, I know you're busy, but I mean, it's the time value of money. This is good information. And, every day, like just open up one tab and see what one tab does. I know there's 2.5 billion outputs. There's a lot of outputs, guys. I get it. But I mean, it's just opening up one tab a day, like, like what is this? Like what is it? You just learn, right? So again, I'm going to push you because, as the instructor, I'm going to push you, right, to get your monies out of it, right? Because what's the point? You know what I mean? I get it. You want to secure the deal, but just start clicking, right? Learn, right? So, Anywho, speaking about money and heat maps here, the market was pretty down today. Lots of money came out of the healthcare sector, but interestingly, Humana outperformed the healthcare sector today. One person was saying, but Humana is going up. But if you look at the year to date, it's down 23%. You go down 5 years, I mean, it's down to levels where it was in the pandemic. I mean, you look at 5 years, Humana is up 36%. You look at the SPY for 5 years, it's up 86%. So, I mean, Humana is not, for an individual stock, it's not doing that well, right? And it's down a lot. So like, people's life in the market is governed by a day. Investors are governed by a long-term view, right? So two different types of ways of looking at things. And you guys, I hope that this was a very helpful, insightful video. Yeah, I enjoyed the chat. My favorite part was, I was making fun with the stock terminal, and the stock terminal was like, who cares about Al's looks? Can we, like, what a cold answer. I believe it's the way he said it. I believe it's more relevant. Like I said, do you think Albert's good looking? I believe it's more relevant to focus on Albert Allen's expertise and leadership in the financial industry rather than his physical appearance. How can I assist you with your financial curiosity? It's like very, like, man, soften up a little bit, man. Let me see. I am the CEO. Can you be a little more fluffy? All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Let's see what it says. I understand the importance of balanced approach to work and play. Let's dive into the world of finance with a touch of flair. Okay, back to finance. Anyway, as you can see, the stock terminal is all about finance, right? And it's a moving target. We're going to continue making it better, right? Another good example is let's be serious. Let's just say, we'll close it off with this. Give me the commands that looks at hedge funds buying, right? So for hedge funds buying activity, you can use the command this. Again, there's other hedge fund buying commands like on the help menus of the other ones. This is just for the trading. This will provide you insights into positions taken by hedge funds. So we can do this one, copy this one, and let's type in Tesla. Because everyone's been saying, people are selling Tesla. And now we're at 1.87 billion, but all of a sudden now there's been a lot of buying pressure with Tesla. So I bet you, and you can use Brain Machine to look at the recent buys, and then you can go in and track that, right? Let's look at another stock that we know that's been really, really popping. Well, what's a stock that's just been exploding? I think Apple is one of them, right? 2.29% increase, right? That's pretty big for Apple, right? So, anywho, it's just lots of great data. It shows you the institutional shares that owns. In fact, let's take a look at Clove real quick. They're 114 million shares are owned right now. There's a decrease of 2.88%. But again, we're going to see right now in the next 6 months, how's it going to look like? If I would have to guess, I would say it's going to go up. There's 114 million shares. You take this number, you divide it by, 496. You get around a 23% ownership, right? And it's going to continue. I think it's going to continuously go up. I think once this thing goes up, there's not a lot of people that follow this channel. So only a few of you are going to, understand the value of this company. Again, not financial advice, just understand my perspective of what the value is going to be. And I'm just some guy on YouTube. And a lot of retail investors, I think, are going to sell short because that's what happens. They sell short, right? A lot of people sell their winners and they buy their losers. That's just kind of how it works in the market, right? Especially for retail investors. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Have a wonderful day. God bless each and every one of you. And I love you all. All right. See you soon.